How's it going, YouTube? My name is Weston, and I'm here with a new video for you guys. Today we're going to be doing a review of none other than Star Wars: The Last Jedi, specifically the Steelbook case. So, I just got this yesterday, I pre-ordered it, and it's phenomenal. It is incredible. What I love about this is the front you can see with Luke and Rey and Leia and Finn and Poe and Rose. All those important characters, the good characters. And on the back, it's Kylo Ren, Phasma, Hux, the Praetorian Guards. I'm surprised Snoke isn't on there, honestly, now thinking about it. But it is such a cool art design. And just when you flip it over like that, I mean, that is really cool. I really like this Steelbook. This is like one of the coolest Steelbooks I've ever seen, honestly, in any movie. It's a really nice Steelbook, and I'm now trying to build a Steelbook collection. I'm going to get the Thor Ragnarok one. I'm probably going to get the Dunkirk one as well, because even though I already had that movie in 4K, I probably would just lend it to my brother or something, because he bought the regular edition, which also in its own right looks really cool. I like the glossiness of it as well. So in comparison, I mean, they're like about the same size, and they both look good in their own right. I think Steelbook to me is, I like how it's more protective, and it's just, to me, it's more like a collectible item. Well, this is just more standard, but still in its own right, it looks really cool. That's how the background looks on this one that it came with, but it's, I mean, it doesn't really connect to it. It was just kind of stuck there. But it's, but with this, yeah. And of course, when you slide this out, it's the same thing, same back. And in the inside of this, you get your, well, the 4K disc was right there. I don't know, I have no idea what happened to it. And it was right there, and this is the Blu-ray disc, and this is the bonus disc with like a lot of the commentary stuff, a lot of the deleted scenes, and I'll get to that here in a sec. And of course, you got your digital code as well that it comes with. So, and the Blu-ray looks very similar to this too, except it doesn't have like the gold bar. It is in black. It doesn't say Ultra HD. It just says Blu-ray. It's more like a bluish whitish look compared to a blackish and goldish. So that's where you're going to get for your Blu-ray. It's a little bit of a difference. And for the Steelbook, what I really like is the inside of this. And see, you got your 4K. The Blu-ray was right here, and the bonus disc was right there. But I just kind of switch them because I don't watch Blu-ray anymore. I already have my 4K, got my Xbox One S, my 4K screen, so no need for me to watch Blu-ray anymore. And so, what I also like, if I remove this, is you got your Battle Crate background. If I remove all of this as well, which, let's go ahead and do that gently now. Do. Alright, come on out of there. Looks like that. Really good background. I really like this. This is why I like Steelbooks. They always have their nice backgrounds on the inside of the case. So really, 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 really cool case. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Okay, so now on to the actual 4K edition of this movie. It is, as we know, The Last Jedi is visually stunning. Beautiful cinematography, beautiful stylistic visuals in this movie. And what the 4K does, it does help out a lot. It really sharpens up the images. Now, I've read reviews before this, and it is true, nothing really pops out a whole lot. There are instances where it does, but there's not much of it. Honestly, the only, I would say the scene that really hits home for me, I mean, it's kind of obvious, it's the Praetorian Guard throne room battle. Obviously that one pops out, but another one in particular is actually the beginning sequence of the film. With Poe Dameron arriving and blowing up, you know, all those turrets and all those TIE fighters. The entire space battle in the first act of the film was amazing in 4K. The quality, the visuals, the lighting, you know, in terms of the space and the darkness and all that around it. Which is weird because a lot with the nighttime settings, in this movie are the weakest. It's very grainy. There's some weird looking stuff. I'm not sure if it's my TV or whatnot. But the nighttime sequences, I mean, they're not terrible, but they just don't look as good. And they look more grainy compared to the other scenes or the daytime scenes. Especially when there's a lot of fiery effects or sparks, it really just looks good. And people say, like, why does it look muddled down? And that's the attention, and I'm okay with that. I get what they're saying, but, you know, why couldn't they just do that for Blu-ray? 4K is supposed to really just, like, pop out and, like, show you, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the point of 4K, so I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, I get the intention, but just do that for the Blu-ray release then. 4K is really meant to have, like, more popping out images and such. And there are, but just not a whole lot. And when people say they're disappointed, I mean, I get that. But to me, I was not disappointed. I thought the 4K import for our first 4K Star Wars film, pretty good. I'd say it's good. It's definitely worth it, I'd say. And I think people, when you get like your Samsung like 4K TVs, the more expensive ones, they say they really do pop out when you have those kind of TVs. But if you have like more of a standard 4K screen, mine's a Sharp TV, and so it's really good. Like I said, it's a really nice solid 4K TV screen, but I think more of the expensive ones really make things pop out a lot more. So I think that's where the Last Jedi really helps out or works out on that more specifically, is for those higher end TVs. But other than that, like I said, for even my 4K, it looks phenomenal. And another scene, like the Fastbutt versus Finn scene, looked really good. But like, I understand that it really popped out. Like, I was just like, you think the sparks will be a lot more in your face or whatever in the background, but not too much. But other than that, like I said, it's sharper image. It is 4K quality. The lighting, the coloring is much better. Overall, I love it. It's good, very good quality. And now on to the bonus disc. Overall, the movie myself, I'll have at the end of this video. You can check out my Last Jedi review if you have not seen it yet. Just my full thoughts of what I thought about the movie. But I want to talk about the bonus disc. The deleted scenes were really good, really cool. I think it's about like over 20 minutes, something like that. I really liked them. The ones that really stand out, and I think one specifically I wish it would have kept in, and even Mark Hamill thinks so, he even said so himself, is his mourning for Han. It's a scene, it's very brief. It's right after Rey was talking and saying, we need the Jedi Order back, we need Luke Skywalker, and he's like, you don't need Luke Skywalker. You think I'm gonna go up there with my lightsaber against the First Order, whatnot. And then after that, after he walked off, he just went back in his hut and he cried. It was like 10 seconds. And I'm just like, I understand Rian Johnson, he made a huge film and you're trying to shorten it down because Star Wars fans don't like long movies, but I mean, come on, 10 seconds, was that going to hurt? No. I understand he's just trying to move things along, and I guess he wants to make Luke's character, just like forget about everything, but just one brief moment of him mourning for Han, and then right after he does that, it switches to Leia sitting there on the table as well. Not just showing that, she had losses during that fleet that Poe screwed up on, but that she's also still thinking about Han, and I like that. I wish it was a nice transition, and I wish it would have kept that in. Same with like all the other scenes where Poe gave Finn the jacket, you see it's all stitched up. And the other scene I like was with Poe sitting there right after Leia got sucked through space and back, and it was the tracking beacon thing, and Poe was just sitting there with it, and BB-8 tried to cheer him up, and then afterwards nothing worked, and then BB-8 just showed him the hologram of Rey saying goodbye to Finn, kissing him on the head, and he was like, that was a little bit weird, but thank you, buddy. I like that. I mean, I understand why they took it out. It wasn't a huge deal, unlike the Luke scene. I really wish they would have just kept that one scene in particular. I wish it would have kept in. But it would have motivated him to go like, okay, I think I know what to do. And then later on, tries to go to the escape shuttle instead of him just trick out the tracking beacon, and then later on you see him try to go to escape pod. It's like, what motivated him to do that? But I mean, he kind of explained it. He's saying he needs to get to Rey because, you know, the Resistance is in danger. So, and he wants to find her so he can keep her safe. But I get that. But, you know, it would have been really nice too. It was like about a minute long, maybe a little bit more. But I wish they would have kept that in too. There are a couple other things in there. The Tom Hardy scene, you know, with the as a stormtrooper was hilarious as usual. I think they would have went a little bit too far with him with the butt grab there on Finn, but I think they would have kept the rest of it in had they like shortened it down a bit. But I like the extended sequences on the shoot, what's Snoke's destroyer called? I totally forgot. Wow, I had this down. The Supremacy? Is that what it's called? I don't know. That could be it. I don't know. But Snoke's ship, you know, them infiltrating it. I wish they would have kept that extended sequences. But it was a long scene, so I kind of understand why they kept that out. So I'm not too, you know, disappointed by that. The only scene I was disappointed was Luke's morning scene. It was so brief and it was so nice, and I wish Rian Johnson didn't cut that at all. But like Mark Hamill said, but you could keep a scene of him milking a space cow, and you know, which is like probably just as long, which it really was. But whatever. What can you do? Anyways, I love the bonuses, and you guys can check this out. What I really highly recommend, guys, is watching the director in The Last Jedi, which is cool. It's a behind-the-scenes stuff, them working on the movie, them trying to do the script, them trying to do the sets, kind of help out with the scenes and the actors. It was really good. It's like an hour and a half long, so it's not like, you know, the Lord of the Rings appendices style where it's like hours and hours of footage of the behind the scenes, which is grand and epic in its own way. I mean, it's Lord of the Rings, and the Hobbit films too really did it really good with the appendices. But this is like an hour and a half thing, but it was really good. It kind of reminded me of that, of like a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and it was really good. But what I really recommend, because that's an hour and a half long, if you guys don't really have time for that, watch this 10-minute thing called The Balance of the Force. That really just overall explains the overall meaning of the film, the overall theme, and the overall point of the movie. And it even explains the direction of Luke's character very well. And it proves what I had in mind, because after my fourth viewing here on 4K, that's funny. But after that, I start to realize something, and I the more I watch the film, the more of appreciation I have for it, the more I understand it, and the more I love it. And so when I watch this, I start to realize like it kind of just proves what I had in mind, the overall meaning of the movie. And so when I was thinking about that, watching The Balance of the Force, that's what the overall theme of the movie is about. Is, you know, Kylo Ren and Rey represent the light and the dark, represent the balance of the Force, and there's a lot of that meaning behind it. And Rian Johnson tried to reintroduce the Force itself, kind of like what they did in Empire Strikes Back, but he did in this film so he could do it for the new generation of Star Wars fans. And that's brilliant. And that's why I still, you know, appreciate what The Force Awakens tried to do. It needed to be played safe, in my opinion, because it needed to reintroduce a new generation of fans, and a lot of people love it. As we know, a lot of people love the movie. Don't get me wrong. And while there's still all of us hardcore fanboys out there like, well, it's not original, this is the worst Star Wars film. Well, I do agree. It's not that interesting, it's nothing new, it's a lot like A New Hope. You know, there are some new things to go for there, like the characters, and I think the overall story of like the characters, I think just the characters really, but the overall plot, which is almost beat for beat, and even visually too, it's really similar to A New Hope. But I mean, I get it. They need to play it safe for their first film, and now we get The Last Jedi, and it's time to go beyond. It's trying to take Star Wars into a new direction, and The Last Jedi did. And so watch that, guys. It's like 10 minutes long. It's worth your time, and hopefully it'll make you guys think about the film a little bit differently. Go like, okay, or at least try to get the overall point of the film and what Rian Johnson is trying to do and trying to show. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad how the director in The Last Jedi behind the scenes stuff showed Mark Hamill still saying he just doesn't agree with Luke's character. He's not used to it. And I get that. As an actor, he played this character who's so optimistic and sees good in something that is so evil and powerful and devastating, like Darth Vader. You know, like, and now he just doesn't really see that in Kylo Ren. Although, you gotta pay attention more. Even the movie, you gotta pay attention more and deeper into it. It's no one's perfect, okay? You get wiser when you're older, and Luke certainly did. He gained more knowledge from the Jedi text, but all he saw was just hypocrisy for the Jedi. And so he thought the most selfless act to do is to take himself out of the equation and not let the Jedi or himself get involved with anything. And just let himself die and let the light side, you know, take on something new that actually help out the galaxy. And that's what he sees in Rey. And that's why I really like that deleted scene with the villagers or whatever, and Rey using force speed pretty much to get to the village. I really like that sequence, but and Luke is just like, and you see, the galaxy needs someone like you, not someone like me who's just a problem to this universe. Do you understand now? And of course, Rey is like, you know, understand that the Luke Skywalker you hate so much, I believed in. I've heard stories about you. I heard about the legend. And I was wrong. All I see is just a scrumpy old worried man who just think everything's a game. And I like that sequence, but I understand why he took it out. It was a little bit too far for Luke's character, I thought. And maybe a little bit, but overall, like, if it was kept in, it wouldn't even bother me at all. Like, it was still kept the overall theme of Luke's character and even Rey's character too. I really like that sequence. But yeah, it's watch it, guys. And again, if you don't like the film, that's fine. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Like I always say, keep an opinion. Same with the 4K, you know, import. Like, if you don't like it and you think it's not a very good 4K edition, then hey, again, I have an opinion. All right.
Your opinion, man.
But I like it. I like the 4K. I don't think it's perfect. I just think it's solid. It's a solid import, and overall I enjoy it. And there's a lot of eye candy scenes. So yeah. And the overall movie itself, I still think it's great. I'm enjoying it more and more and more. I'm always still bogged down by the cancel bite sequence. I'm okay with the concept. I understand what Ryan Johnson is trying to do, and especially with the behind the scenes stuff. And like I said, a lot of guys are like, well, is this kind of Star Wars? And Ryan Johnson thought so. And whether you agree with that or not, that's fine. It is a little bit off-putting at first, but after a while, I'm okay with it. I get used to it, and I'm okay with the concept. It's unique. But the overall, like, sequences could have been cut down much shorter, I thought. Like, but I understand what he's trying to do. I understand the overall point of it. And I love DJ's character. When it came to him, things start to pick up for me. And I really like DJ. Benicio del Toro is just an amazing actor. And his character is just so funny and so unique. And he shows Finn, you know, not everything's black and white, man. You know, everything's all gray, you know. The cancel bite's been selling weapons to bad guys and the good, you know. Just live free, man. Don't join, don't pick sides, you know. Just do what you want. So I like that. I love how Benicio, you know, further is trying to show Finn, you know, what's your place? Where do you think you fit in? And in the end, Finn knows that he fits with the Resistance. He knows who he's fighting for, and he overcame his obstacles, such as Phasma. After he defeated her, he realized, yeah, I'm rebel scum. I know who I'm fighting for now. I kicked your ass, so stay down, you gone. So whether Phasma will return or not, I mean, just keep her dead. If she came back, it gotta come up with something really ridiculous. I mean, her just falling into that fire, into space, or I don't know, was that space? No, I don't know. She definitely fell into the fire, but who knows? Who knows? I think it's just best to leave her dead. I mean, she's the Boba Fett of the trilogy, or the Jango Fett of the trilogy, whichever one. So, but anyways, I'd like to delete the scene with Phasma. I like how more extended it is, but oh well, what can you do? If only they finish the touch-ups and whatever with the CGI and the visuals, I probably would have kept it because I might do an extended cut, guys. I might do a little fan project, just add the extended scenes in, the ones I think are really important, and specifically the ones that are fully touched up and the ones that are not, you know, unfinished. Obviously, there's nothing I can do about that. But like, such as the Luke scene, Mourning for Han, I'm definitely going to add that in there. Finn's scene, you know, looking at the hologram of Rey saying goodbye, or maybe even the extended Death Star infiltration scene with Finn, Rose, and DJ. Yeah, I'll definitely add that one in too. So, who knows? Be looking forward to that. I think I'm going to do it. Now think about it, I'm definitely going to do it. Last Jedi extended cut. Why not? Why not? It sounds awesome. But anyways, that's all I got to really say, guys. When I say it's worth it, I'd say it's worth it. I saw on Best Buy it was only for $27, unless that's just a Blu-ray edition. I could be wrong, but I got this for $35, and you get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray, and of course the bonus disc with all the, you know, director behind the scenes stuff and the deleted scenes as well. It's a must buy. I'm pleased with it. Again, like the 4K input, like 4 out of 5 stars, I would say. And the overall movie, 4.5 stars. But overall, yeah, I'd say it's a must buy. It's definitely a must buy for me. Yeah, go ahead and pick this up, guys. Pick this up for your collection. Like I said, it's such a cool Steelbook, especially having both of these images here. Really, really, really cool. And of course, if you want to pick this one up too, I recommend it too. I mean, it's a nice cover. It's sleek. It's glossy, and it looks really cool. So yeah, I recommend this too. If you're not a big fan of Steelbook and you're wondering if this is worth it, yeah, this is worth it too. It just depends what kind of style you're into. Me, I'm more of a Steelbook guy. It's more of a collector's item. But this is really good in its own right, and it's actually very appealing. And I love how it shines, glimmers, and how glossy it is. So yeah. So it's a nice comparison. I'm glad my brother picked this up so I could do a little comparison video. I think it's really cool. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to for more future content. Definitely more Star Wars content for sure. Got a little Star Trek, I got another Star Wars project coming along. Not the extended cut thing. I'm definitely doing that, like I said. But I have like a little montage. It's going to be talking about the history of Star Wars from beginning up until where we are now. Talk about the movies and the fan base. You know, the Star Wars fans, and just everything in general that's Star Wars, pretty much, and explaining, you know, their overall history. So, yeah, that's kind of the little project I really want to work on now. Whether that'll be releasing maybe by the end of this year, if I have time, or maybe next year. Definitely around the time Episode 9 is coming out. So, expect something next year, for sure. At the latest next year. I really want to create something about, you know, how the overall, you know, where we are now and what Star Wars has always meant for fans and how it's changed and how nothing's changed too. I think that's going to be the title of it. It'll be called Star Wars, Nothing's Changed but Everything's Changed. It's a quote from Mark Hamill actually, and it was like a little Force Awakens behind the scenes thing before the film came out. It wasn't exactly a trailer. It was just like a behind the scenes kind of thing showing the, you know, the working of the Force Awakens. So yeah, I really like that. I really like that line. So that'll be the title. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Again, you can check out my Last Jedi review right here if you have not yet. Check it out, pretty cool. Just to get my thoughts and opinion about it. But overall, I can't thank you guys enough for your time. And as always, may the Force be with you.